All right, today we're talking about buying the right products at the right time of the year to make sure that you're gonna sell out very quickly and make sure you're gonna hold on to the most profit. We'll go over all the major seasons of Amazon FBA and all the major sales that happen throughout the year so that way you can be educated on when to buy products, where to get them from, and what you're looking for at what time of the year. This will help you separate yourself from the 90% of people who just start Amazon and are just guessing on what to buy, and put yourself in the 10% of people who are very calculated, very organized, and know the information that it takes to go ahead and make lots of money on Amazon. So let's get right to it. The thing I want to show y'all is something that I give to the students in my mentorship, and it's our Amazon FBA sales and seasons calendar. This is going to be a shortcut for y'all. If you're in January, you know what you're looking for. If you're in February, you're knowing what to buy. Well, you're not spending money on stuff that doesn't really sell well, and you'll know even if something is selling well right now, is it going to die out come next month? You don't want to buy stuff and then nobody's buying it the next month and you're holding on to a bunch of products. So let's get right into it. January 1st, you're talking about your supplements, gym gear, planners, self-help, anything to do with that side of products. That's looking to buy right now because people are going to be eating this up. And if you can stock your store with this, you will make so much money. If you can be smart with the way that you're buying stuff, you could be part of that 10% that's actually making sales. All right. February, we're moving on to, in February, we got Valentine's Day and we got Super Bowl, right? These are the main two holidays for February. So obviously with Valentine's Day, we got jewelry, chocolates, gifts, beauty, and romantic items. You know, heavy on the chocolates, man. I can't tell y'all how much candy I sold last year, during February. And then along with the beauty. So beauty is a big one, you know, skincare, makeup. Boyfriends are buying this stuff for their girlfriends and put into their, into their little baskets or whatever. I don't really sell much jewelry or romantic because a lot of times the TikTok shop sellers got this one on lock. They got those little trending bears and little stuff like that. I like to sell the safe stuff, chocolates, candy, gifts, stuff, little stuff like that. It's gonna be in those baskets and whatnot. Candy does numbers during Valentine's Day. Anything heart related too, anything with on it. Stuffed animals, stuff like that. And then Super Bowl, obviously we got party supplies, snacks, TVs, and fan gear. So fan gear is huge. Party supplies and snacks, I mean, think about like the Solo cups, you're talking about your napkins. A lot of people stay away from these because they're so cheap and you don't make a whole lot of profit on them. But if you spend $100 on napkins and you make $200 off of them, it's still good money. So don't neglect the party supplies and the snacks. Definitely visit Vitacost.com. Find some good snacks to re-up on. Tostitos are huge. Those are good too. Then we're moving on to March. We got spring prep season, we got spring break, and we got St. Patrick's Day. All right, so for your spring prep season, we're talking about gardening, home improvement, and outdoor gear. This is where we're starting to get into the part of the year where it's spring. People are starting to get outside more, so outdoor gear is huge. All right, if you're selling clothes on Amazon, make sure you're looking at outdoor gear during this time because outdoor gear is huge come March. It's starting to warm up, people are starting to get out there. Then we got gardening and home improvement. Again, this is just more outdoor activities that you want to make sure you're stocked up on. Don't only look at yourself, what you want, look at what other people want. My mom loves gardening during March. And so that tells me, hey, a lot of other moms out there might want to garden during March. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. Spring break, huge time to sell travel gear, swimwear, and sunscreen. All right, a lot of people don't start looking at this stuff until July or June because that's summer. But man, spring break, people are buying that stuff like crazy as well. They're looking for travel gear, they're looking for swimsuits, they're looking for sunscreen. This is when all that stuff starts peeking its head out and starts making sales. So make sure you're looking into that. Don't miss out on that as well. St. Patrick's Day, it's a flash holiday. It doesn't last very long, but there are a lot of people buying those green hats, sunglasses with the shamrocks on them and the party supplies. It goes crazy as well. So don't underestimate St. Patrick's Day. Moving on into April, we got Easter, huge one. We got tax refund season and we got spring cleaning. So April is a huge month for Amazon sellers. Easter alone it does numbers, man. So Easter, the candies, the toys, the baskets, the churchware, all of this does great. Me specifically, I do my biggest numbers with candy. All right, so candy is huge, man. Candy, you do not underestimate the value of selling candy on Amazon. It sounds boring, but it makes a lot of money. I probably made $20,000 to $30,000 alone on candy during Easter season last year or this past year. Then we got tax refund season, higher discretionary spending, big ticket items. People are buying crazy because their tax return has just came back. They're buying stuff that they normally wouldn't have. It's a great time to be selling video game accessories, stuff like that. People, mainly what I see the consumer behavior lean towards during tax refund season is entertainment. So if you are selling anything to do with entertainment, that's where you're gonna be seeing a lot of money during tax refund season. Then spring cleaning, you got storage, organization, and cleaning supplies. Think about Tide, Clorox, Swiffers, stuff like that. A lot of good money to be made during April for spring cleaning stuff. Moving on to May, we got Mother's Day, graduation season, and Memorial Day, right? So these, Mother's Day, huge day for the US. We got gifts, flowers, and home spa items. Also, I would add on to that beauty. A lot of people want to buy beauty stuff for their mom, whether that be lotions, Bath and Body Works stuff. All that kind of stuff does numbers during Mother's Day. Graduation season, you got gifts, electronics, and dorm essentials. Man, dorm essentials, that is actually facts. During graduation season of last year, I was doing so much numbers, just like household items for younger people. I was selling a lot of stuff like that. And then Memorial Day, outdoor furniture, barbecue gear, and travel, that's a given. Also, American flags. I took a risk last year, or this past year, on some American flags that I found for a cheap price. And I sold out on them, surprisingly enough. I had bought 400 units, and I just told myself, they were so cheap. They were like 50 cents each. And I just told myself, if I can't sell these, I'm gonna just give them out. Memorial Day, why not? But I ended up selling out. So I think they were 50 cents each, and they were selling for $5. Huge potential. Moving on to June, we got Father's Day and we got summer kickoff. So Father's Day, obviously almost a mirror of Mother's Day, just in the opposite direction. You're looking for tools, tech gadgets, grooming, and grill gear. Anything man, right? Anything that men love. Socks too, bro. You'd be surprised how many fathers get socks for Father's Day. But you look for those things around June. And then summer kickoff, we got pool gear, camping, and summer clothing. Sunscreen as well. Anything having to do with summer, looking for this pool gear, camping. If you want a little hack, go to yardandpool.com. Great website to find a lot of this stuff on sale. I was making a lot of profit on yardandpool.com. Then in July, we got obviously July 4th, Independence Day, we got Amazon Prime Day, and then we got back to school prep. So Independence Day, that's actually coming up soon, the time I'm posting this video. We got patriotic gear, party supplies, and outdoor. I'm stacking up on some outdoor folding chairs that I found, some pool supplies, some party supplies, stuff like that. Then Amazon Prime Day is a huge opportunity, obviously. For obvious reasons, Amazon Prime Day is a huge day for us. And then back to school prep, we got school supplies, tech, and backpacks. I cannot overstate how important it is during the month of July to stock up on back to school supplies. Everybody's buying it. Nobody shops in store anymore. People do, obviously, but the point I'm trying to get across is that lots of money is being transferred on Amazon for school supplies. So make sure you're stocking up on. Look at Crayola. Look at JanSport. Look at all these brands that you remember from your day, from when you went to school, and put those things in your store. Make a lot of money off of those. August, this is when we're starting to get into the back to school peak, and then the late summer clearance. Clothing, accessories, and dorm items, obviously for back to school. And then when you're shifting to fall sourcing, your late summer clearance, you can actually find a lot of stuff on clearance that was being sold during the summer as a summer item, but is actually sold well all year round. Make sure you're using Seller Amp to track what's doing good and what's doing bad during that time, and just see if it's selling throughout the year well. Moving on into September, we got Labor Day and then fall. So Labor Day, we got sales, home, appliance, and outdoors. Definitely, you want to drop a bag on Labor Day. I spend so much money on Labor Day for all the sales. What I would do is look at all the products you ever bought for Amazon, look at how much you spent on them, then go to those same websites, same links, and see if they're cheaper now, because they probably are. Then you got Halloween prep, cozy season, pumpkin themed items. You know the deal. Look at Kohl's, look at JCPenney's. All these have some good stuff. Then getting into November, we got moderate bump in patriotic products. for Veterans Day, we got Thanksgiving, we got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and holiday gifting. I can't tell y'all how much volume is done on Black Friday. Last Black Friday, I probably spent somewhere around $30,000 alone on that one day for products. It's just a really good time to find sales, man. You need to be in like a leads list or in a mentorship group so they can keep track and just bounce ideas off of where they're finding their products, because this is like where sellers are overwhelmed. This is Q4, the last October, November, December. This is like what all the Amazon sellers talk about when they talk about Q4. Some Amazon sellers do half of their total volume for the year within these last 3 months. I cannot overestimate how important it is. So that's why I say it's so important to start Amazon now, because you need to be well versed on Amazon by the time this starts rolling around, because you can make a lot of money if you do it correctly. I'm talking about like life-changing money during this. Then getting into December, biggest one that's gonna dwarf everything. We got Christmas. We also got last-minute gifts, New Year's Eve, and post-Christmas sales. Man, a huge thing about Christmas is that what do I have right here? Last minute gifts, right? And the reason I put that is because if you're doing FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, which you should be doing during Q4, because something a lot of people don't know is that if you're doing FBA for most of the year, right, where you're sending products into the Amazon warehouse, it's fine for most of the year. But come Q4, have a lot of Amazon people taking vacation, right? Because it's the holidays, and you also got more people than ever sending products into their store to keep up with the high demand. So with that, you have backed up check-in times, all right? If you are checking in items to your FBA warehouse around this time, I promise you they're not gonna get there and checked in until January 1st. So you're gonna miss out on all that money-making time. So you gotta switch to FBM during this time. That's why if you can start Amazon like now and get to the point where you can quit your job by Q4, you can go all in on Amazon during Q4 and make absolutely life-changing money. But yeah, so the reason I say last minute, people don't care about paying a lot of money for shipping during this time, all right? People will pay whatever amount of shipping you throw at them just so that they can get their product, their gifts there on time. And you can take advantage of this by, changing up your shipping templates. This is something I work closely with my students, in my mentorship, because when they're selling FBM, you pick the price for your shipping, you pick the price for your item, and you can make a lot of profit by upping those shipping costs for 1 to 2 day shipping whenever it comes to Christmas time. They really want their Christmas gifts. And then here bottom, we got recurring seasonal trends. Q1, January through March, low sales except self-help categories, and it's time to prep for spring. Q2, April to June, steady growth, focused on outdoor, holidays, and travel. And then Q3, this is what we're in right now. Prime Day, back to school, strong opportunities, very good opportunity to start Amazon right now. And then Q4, October to December, golden quarter, bulk of profits made here. Prioritize gifts, toys, beauty, literally everything sells so much faster. This is like, in the mentorship, this is a lot more in depth. This is just like for YouTube right here, but in the mentorship, we go through websites that you should be on, links that you should be buying from, all kind of stuff that is very good for Amazon sellers. But this is just me saying, if you're selling on Amazon, you have to be educated, knowing what time of the year you're in, what's selling well, what you're gonna be buying, what you're gonna spend money on, when you're gonna spend the most money, when you're gonna hold back on spending, and things like that. It's gonna put you in that top 10% of Amazon sellers, and that's what we're focused on here, is getting y'all in that top 10% of Amazon sellers. So if you're looking to start Amazon, as always, I run my one-on-one mentorship where we help you individually start and scale your Amazon store, so that way you don't make any of the mistakes that I made on the way up. You can follow my blueprint. We help you obviously find products, we help you get ungated, and we also help you with your credit to get business funding, so that way you can get access to something like $50,000 from a bank like Chase to go ahead and spend on inventory, again, to put you in that top 10% of Amazon sellers, all right? And I work with my funding partners to get my students business funding for their store. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave some descriptions below. Hit me up on Instagram, whatever you got to do, get in touch with me, get into the mentorship. I hope y'all got some value from this. I hope definitely if you haven't started Amazon, this is the time that you should start now. Pay attention to these dates, pay attention to the time of the year that you're in, pay attention to what you're buying and selling. If you do that, you will be in that top 10% and leave those 90% behind. So as always, sell things online, make lots of money.